Gaming.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Flange with Intoxicus Gaming. Today is March the 6th, 2020, and today we're talking about this Engadget article asking, does the Xbox Series X make gaming PCs obsolete? I swear this comes up every time there's a new console generation of significance. I've seen stuff like this pop up, I swear, every time there's a new console generation, at least since the Xbox and more modern stuff. And no, it's not. And please, can you guys just stop with this? Because PC gaming's never going to go anywheres. At least in this, console gaming might overtake PC gaming out at some point. That's very possible. But I don't see gaming PCs or PC gaming ever becoming obsolete. And that's just because of the basic fact that PC gaming drives console gaming. Without PC gaming, you wouldn't have no console gaming. And you wouldn't have consoles as good as you have without PC gaming driving it. So yeah, and also it's another video I've been thinking of doing, just how PC gaming drives and influences other technologies too. Like for example, in the movie industry, they're using Unreal 4, like the engine, the game engine, to render movie models and animations. Just let that sink in. Gaming drives a lot, PC gaming specifically. And well, also too, we have to think about the Xbox Series X is more like a PC than any console ever has been before, which might create more reason to be asking a question like this. But no, that doesn't mean PC gaming's going anywhere. If anything, we'll wind up having them kind of come together and meet in the middle, if anything, and that definitely won't invalidate PC gaming. And the other thing with PC gaming too is everyone has a PC just for regular work communications usage and social media and all that good stuff. And all what you have to do is add a graphics card to most PCs. Many PCs just need a standalone GPU to become a quote-unquote gaming PC. And the thing is, almost any PC can be a gaming PC with a GPU. And to build a gaming PC, you can build a gaming PC cheaper than a console, or at least a new highest end console. Well, let's edit that a little bit. You can buy it cheaper than the next generation consoles and the highest tier of the current generation consoles. But yeah, you get the idea. You can build a $500 less gaming PC. It won't be that great necessarily, but it'll game. It'll get the job done. And we'll take a look at, I found a video where someone built a PC equivalent to an Xbox Series X. There's some discrepancies with his build, but just pricing-wise, it gives us a good estimate to go off of. So we'll take a quick look at that, and we should zip through the video here. It doesn't really, or the video, sorry, the article here. Also wearing a blue shirt for once, going to a doctor's appointment, just in case anyone was like, wait, he's wearing a blue shirt? He's always wearing a black shirt. Doctor's appointment, wearing the fancier, dressier button-up shirt. Anyways, that aside, back to the article. So the 12 teraflops, I mentioned it before, RTX 2080 Ti is 13.45. But again, we got the 3000 series from NVIDIA expected this year, which means all that will be blown out of the water by the 3000 series, most likely. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Apparently they're saying 14.2 teraflop for RTX 2080 Ti. Either they got a wrong number or I got a wrong number. Maybe I got a just plain RTX 2080 and maybe... Either I got a wrong number or they got a wrong number. Let's double check this. RTX, well, I can't type, 2080 Ti teraflops. Maybe I saw regular 2080 and thought it was Ti and got mixed up. No, 13.45. I'll trust that. Okay, where'd they get their number from? Weird. Oh well. Whatever, I question the accuracy of their number there, even though it's a bigger number. And yeah, also we've got the Navi 2 RDNA, which is going to be pretty damn powerful, and usually AMD beats NVIDIA when it comes to price per performance. So new gaming technology wise for PCs, we're looking pretty good. Like we're going to be beating the next gen consoles pretty handily. And that's the thing is if we compare the next gen consoles to this gen PC hardware, it looks pretty even, but that kind of always happens where the very first release, the next gen consoles can be pretty close to current generation PC hardware, but it doesn't take long for PC hardware to do its next generation itself, and then they're just way ahead. And it's taking consoles how long to catch up to SSDs when they could have much sooner. Price was an issue, but it definitely got to a point where they could have been selling PS4 Pros with SSDs of some sort in them. They could have if they wanted to and be like, oh, less space but faster, something like they could have, but they just didn't. And, I don't really get a coherent argument here that's not anything atypical why the Xbox Series X would displace PC gaming or really affect it. And they're kind of, I believe, leaving out, yeah, I'm not really seeing them mention Xbox Game Pass, and I don't recall them mentioning it in this article. The thing is, with Xbox Game Pass PC, you don't need to buy an Xbox Series X. Like, it's been kind of a weird thing with the Xbox Series X where people are like, okay, but with Xbox Game Pass, why do we need to buy hardware? Why not just use our existing gaming PCs? Like, there's people who are going to be like Xbox people that'll buy it, but there's no real strong exclusives that would pull like PC people into buying the console. Like, I bought a PS4 Pro because of exclusives. Literally, the only reason I own this PS4 Pro, which is the Kingdom Hearts Special Edition, which I'd say is the damn best looking PS4 Special Edition in my opinion. But like, yeah, besides being just damn nice looking because of the PS4 or the Kingdom Hearts art and all that, and like this like leather texturing, it's just like awesome special edition. Anyways, that aside, the only reason I'd ever own a PS4 Pro or PlayStation anything is for exclusives for games I can't get on PC. And that's pretty much why I have it. Although the specifics how I came to own it are a little bit weird. Anyways, that's not the point. Yeah, the point is, without the exclusives, you're not going to really have people wanting to buy it. People aren't going to buy it just because it's the most powerful console and it's close to being a PC. That's not going to sell it to people. And if Microsoft thinks that's going to sell it to people, they're not going to get a lot of hardware sales. And they don't even think they're competing with Sony and Nintendo. So yeah, they're kind of off in their own little world because they're looking too far ahead to game streaming, and that's not really here what we're talking about. That's more just bigger picture context kind of stuff. My hat feels a little bit askew, like the teeth are maybe or claws teeth. I'm not sure. Are these like claws or teeth? I'm not sure. They seem tooth-like. They're a bit too much in my eyes. Anyways, so let's move on to the specs. This has all been confirmed, official. 3.6 gigahertz, so I think it's pretty much equivalent to my Ryzen 3800X. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I hit the 3 instead of a 2. Specs, should have put that in there. Oh, 3900 base. What's the 3700X? I've got mine overclocked to 4.2 because fuck it. So it's either a custom 37 or 3800, one of the two. Oh, wrong one. So something around there-ish, which, that's a decent price processor. So they've basically been kind of stealth leaking some info about RDNA 2 and Navi 2 with the Xbox Series X announcements. Apparently, though, the actual Navi 2 is supposed to be 50% more powerful than a 2080 Ti, which means the actual real Navi 2 is going to be much more than 12 teraflops, which is interesting. Probably more like 18 to 20-ish teraflops, I would guess, which is pretty significant, but then we're going to have 3000 series to meet it. Anyways, not quite what we're here to talk about, more just bigger picture, how it relates to upcoming cards and all that. Although it has to be noted, AMD's current offerings aren't that close to that kind of power. That's pretty standard. Some system memory's got to be reserved, so they don't really get the full 16 for development and actual usage by games. Long coming, pretty much standard in PCs, well priced. 8K is kind of looking too far ahead. 4K at 120 hertz, good fucking luck. We can barely do it at 60 well enough yet. I'm a little bit hyperbole on that, but it's even with the 20 Ti, the best hardware you can get right now, you can't always get a clean 60 FPS at 4K unless you turn some settings down, and even then I think it might be kind of sketchy. Just they're overselling the 4 and 8K stuff. The high frame rate's great, but PC's way ahead of you, already predicted. People are going to wind up buying console monitors, PC meant for monitors, because they'll want to take advantage of the high frame rate. That's kind of a PC thing. Note how it's like PC things that they're catching up on. It's PC thing, and the TVs that do that, very expensive, not that common yet. Will be a while before they're big and common and an everyday gaming TV kind of thing, kind of a new thing to have gaming TVs like that. So yeah, they're going to be buying PC monitors to play on their console. 4K Blu-ray, that's actually going to probably be one of the biggest reasons to own one, and probably the most reason I'll use mine. All the stuff doesn't really matter, except the size is a good time to remind everyone that the Xbox Series X is pretty much a Corsair 1. They basically ripped off the Corsair 1 design, and I mean, it pretty much looks very, very similar to a Corsair 1. So this is the build. So we'll make sure to give credit. Random Frank P put together this video where he built the Series X as a PC. There are some issues though. He used a 2700 that should have been a 37 or 3800, which would be significantly more expensive. That'd be more like $400 to $500. So we'll make that adjust. We'll do both maths with the adjustment for the correct processor, and not, because that's just not nearly as powerful as the processor that will be in the Series X. That's just a big mistake. He might have done that to keep the price point down, but it throws the things off. But we can still, it's still good enough. We can make adjustments and use it. I mean, zipping through his video, he kind of went for low price points and that kind of thing. So the case is just like the square boxy case, not as quite as good as the Corsair 1 case. You can get Windows 10 pretty damn cheap now, apparently. And you can get a 1TB NVMe SSD pretty damn cheap. Probably not too good of a one, but just, the low price points are kind of useful. The 2070 mini GPU makes sense. Pricing wise, probably close enough, but it's an NVIDIA card. It's not an AMD card, but we'll let that slide. So let's add this up. We'll do, I'm clicking in the wrong window in all sorts of ways. Okay, calculator here. We'll start by totaling up his actual one, then we'll just estimate 500 for the correct one. Oh fuck, please bear with me. I forgot. I've got hotkeys on the numpad, so I can't use the numpad for numbers. Okay, damn it. Damn numpad, my apologies there. 120, 95, 499, 120, 115, 195, 12. Wait, what the hell happened? It just like reset everything halfway through. What did I like? It did it the same way too. What the hell, calculator? Can we not please? Plus 140, plus 40, plus 120, plus 95. Okay, what's going on here? Something weird is going on here. 150. Okay, I'm going to click the plus just because, I don't know. So I don't trust what's going on. That's just weird. I'm not sure what I'm pressing to make weirdness happen. Plus 95. But yeah, with the hotkeys I've set and stuff, I'm like it's making me make some adjustments while I'm in streaming slash flanging mode because yeah, stuff like what's just happened will happen. Ah, really? That doesn't seem right to me. Just offhand, that something seems off about that. Okay, we're doing that again. I'm my apologies for this. What I must have hit a multiply or something by accident. Something is just not right with that number and what I'm looking at. It shouldn't be that much over 1,000, if over 1,000 at all. Or am I just having a math dip? No. Okay. Oops. 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 499, not 599. That's all correct. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just double checking this. So, cost-wise... Okay, sure. Okay. That just... My mental guesstimate of looking at the numbers was a bit lower than that. So that's what it cost without the proper CPU. With this proper CPU, let's guesstimate 500. Anyways, you get the idea. I'm not sure what in the hell's I'm pressing to screw the calculator up, but anyways, you get the idea. The 1,300. What was it? Call it 1,350 minus 150 would be 12 plus 5 is 17. There we go. Anyways, fuck the calculator. I got a brain. Let's do that. Anyways, so fuck. Got way stuck on this more longer than I thought we would. Anyways, so cost wise, yeah, they're going to be taking a hit. So that might be, if like that's the thing, if anything, them having Microsoft having to take a hit of some sort, and also that's retail. If we go to wholesale value, we're looking at more, I guess, 800, 850-ish, guesstimating wholesale, but you know, they're also paying manufacturing costs. So they might be, which might get more down to 500-ish, maybe. I'm a little bit fuzzy guesstimating there. And yeah, so anyways, at least cost-wise, that might be the only thing that really gets people onto the Xbox Series X is being like, oh shit, I can have something super powerful for less than a PC because they're willing to take a loss on it. Like it's you know, it doesn't add up for how Xbox Series X is going to somehow displace or threaten PC gaming or have people buy less PC gaming machines. I just don't see it. You can't do what you can on a Series X with PC. Although with the Xbox Game Pass, I gotta say, the way they restrict the installs and do wacky things with the installations, they kind of killed mods on anything that's on Xbox Game Pass. It's kind of interesting and not been talked about a lot. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, as I'm so fond of saying. But you know, we also got, as we're looking at here, these are rumored specs, not confirmed, but yeah, this is just going to blow the existing PC hardware and the Xbox Series X out of the water if this is even close to true, which I'm sure it's at least in the ballpark. I wouldn't be surprised if these are actually fairly accurate, and then the like 1620 is for the like, you know, professional models and 810 is for the consumer level models. That's totally would make sense. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some high gigabyte consumer models just because yeah, like with this kind of stuff. So we should quickly compare that to the 2080 Ti just for shits and giggles, just for perspective. So where we got stream processor and all that good stuff. Do they... Wow. Oh no, no, that's okay. I got my numbers a little bit mixed up. That's a decent leap. I'm looking for the stream processors numbers. So that's not seeing that number. That's I just want to compare that specific one if we can get that number. View full specs. Come on. Come on. Where's the streaming processors? Where's the corresponding number? Corresponding number, where are you? Hmm. Hmm. Maybe by stream processors they actually mean cores, because if that makes actually that doesn't make sense. Okay, a little bit confused about what they mean by stream processors in that number. Anyways, not the point. But you can see the improvements, I think. Actually, hmm, hmm. Actually, this seems to call some of this. Hmm. Actually, we should question these rumors more apparently, because that's not really making sense to see 352 and then lower numbers. That is the 2080 Ti, but that is like, huh? Huh. Anyways, that kind of threw me off, I have to admit. Anyways, point is, with how much more powerful the next generation of RTX should be, or at least we're expecting it to be, it's yeah, I don't see it, because PC, like, that's the thing. We're going to get the Series X. Maybe they have a mid-gen refresh, but the specs kind of get locked in. There's not really much room for upgrades or adapting to new technologies. There is some room, but that mostly requires a mid-gen refresh kind of deal, which they seem to be wanting to maybe stay away from this generation, but I think it's mandatory. And the thing that they need a mid-gen refresh to keep up with PC technology kind of speaks for itself. And just the whole thing where all the consoles are always trying to catch up to where PCs are. No, it gaming PCs will not be made obsolete and gadget. And please, uh, I don't know if I want to call these, say, journalists, but these journalists slash bloggers, because sometimes what they think they're doing as journalism crosses more over into blogging. But journalists slash bloggers, please don't do this. It's yeah, it feels like they're trying to be clickbaity, and it's just like, just when you see these articles, lots of salt, like, more than a grain of salt. Get like a bucket of salt and pour it on the article, because not in the like angsty salt sense, but in the like, take it with a grain of salt sense, just to be clear. But yeah, take it with like a lot of salt in the like, just yeah, don't take this kind of an article at its word. Like, consoles are becoming more like PCs because they have to compete with PCs. And that alone just makes this article look really silly, because if you start breaking it down objectively, it's like, well, consoles are catching up to PCs. They're trying to be more like PCs. They are becoming more like PCs. Well, wait, how can they make something obsolete that they're trying to become more like at every turn? It doesn't make sense. And it's like, I've been hearing variations of this where it's like, oh, the console's so close, it might do something about PC gaming. It's like, no, no, it won't. There's a lot more at play than articles and people that write the articles give credit to. It's yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm just like, come on, guys, you can do better than that. And I just, people who might be kind of newer to this space or not so educated might give a little bit more credit to an article like this than it deserves. And 1913 shares, it's yeah, it's something I feel like needs to be like, yeah, here's a little dose of reality and facts and bigger picture context that they don't touch on, and just the whole reminder that consoles are always trying to be more like PCs. Like they've allowed keyboard and mice so people can be more competitive. Like, just go down to when they first tried crossplay years and years ago, before it's this era of crossplay. They tried crossplay a long time ago. The reason crossplay died back then is because PC. Sorry, I got that backwards. Crossplay died when they first tried it between consoles and PCs because console players weren't good enough. Like they just got owned by PC players because mouse and keyboard was too much better. And now it's come people have actually gotten good enough with controllers to sometimes compete with mouse and keyboard. But now too, you just have consoles that allow mouse and keyboard. And then when you got someone on a console with mouse and keyboard, people notice that in multiplayer games. It's a thing where people are like, is he on a mouse and keyboard? It's not the biggest thing because I don't think it's too common, but it's been a thing. It's still a thing, and just I went on a bit longer than I intended to with this video, but like I do with almost every video, I got to get better at being concise, don't I? Anyway, it's yeah, I just don't see it, and it makes me roll my eyes like right into the back of my head when these kind of articles come out. It's just like, come on, guys, you can do better than that. And saying that, it makes me feel a little bit weird about this video, but the whole point of this video is to be like, this is why these articles are ridiculous and silly, and just stop with these articles. Just don't do that unless something like actually really changes. But on that note, if something were to actually really change, that would be consoles and PCs coming together to be almost the same thing. Like, basically a console's like a more restricted PC that's not that different from a PC, except just not having as much flexibility and just a more restricted instruction set and operating system. I think that's going to be the real future of consoles, where they'll wind up not even being that much different from a PC, and they'll just be more restricted, cheaper, set as is thing, which is kind of what console used to mean. Because before gaming consoles, a PC console was kind of a restricted PC where you couldn't really do as much with necessarily as much. I butchered that sentence. You couldn't do as much on a console as you could on a full PC. The very, very first gaming consoles were PCs. They had integrated keyboards. You could make and program your own stuff on them. So I think it's just going to come back full circle, and that's when we can talk about gaming PCs becoming obsolete, because that will be a completely different paradigm and a completely different context and completely different everything. But we're not there yet. We're definitely on our way there, way, way faster than I thought we might even be. But, the Series X, we're definitely on the way there. I think, there should be some articles about, gaming PCs versus consoles, but not like this. They should be talking about how we're going to be moving forward into this spot where we come full circle and consoles become PCs, and there actually is not is a place, but it's more, it would make more sense when we get to that point to consider, okay, do gaming PCs make sense, or does it make sense to have a gaming specific console that pretty much is a PC, just more specifically restricted? And in that scenario, that gaming console that's pretty much a PC would perform better, because it wouldn't have all this extra overhead. Like, with a gaming PC, part of the issue with performance is all this background crap that runs. A lot of it's Windows, but like your lighting, RGB lighting programs, those can suck off a good few frame rates if you don't turn them all off. So there's stuff like that. But then Windows could optimize. Like, there's been some talk and polling customers about and stuff like that, where they want to optimize, like maybe even a gaming version of Windows or something. So there's just so much up in the air, but I think that could happen where consoles make gaming PCs obsolete. But that's not today, and that's a long motherfucking ways off. That ain't going to happen anytime soon. It might happen, but we're not that soon. And yeah, I totally went a whole bunch longer than I had intended to, so thanks for hanging there with me. Definitely got to work at being more concise and just getting to the point faster. I feel like I kind of just dance around the point a little bit too much sometimes, and I just need to get like right in there, and that'll improve with time. So thanks for bearing with me while going through that learning curve. And I'll try and keep it short because the video went so long. Subscribe and all that good stuff. Like and all that good stuff. Thumbs down if you don't like. Thumbs up if you do like. But if you give me a thumbs down, make sure to jump in the comments and let me know what I can do next time to turn that thumbs down around into a thumbs up. And Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal link, all that good stuff if you want to support Intoxicus Gaming financially. Medical issues, chronic illness, kind of don't got many other options, so it not only doesn't mean a lot and goes a long ways, it helps me pay bills and keep my cats fed, and me fed too, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I missed last night's stream because weather, migraine flare up. Apparently we're going to be getting like 10 to 20 yeah, let's try that again. Apparently we're going to be getting 10 to 20 oh my god, I can't say centimeters, 10 to 20 centimeters of snow pretty soon here, which is probably why I was feeling so crappy yesterday. I usually get the like weather migraine flare-up stuff in advance of the weather change quite often. It depends. Sometimes it'll happen on the weather change, sometimes it happens in advance to various degrees, and apparently it happened like way in advance. Because yesterday was just like, whoa, last night was just bad. Hasn't been that bad in a long time. Anyways, that's not the point. Point is, going to be streaming probably tonight. Definitely tomorrow, of course, and probably also Sunday, not only to make up because I'm starting to stream Dark Souls, just kind of more when I feel like it, and yeah, I want to keep up with the Dark Souls playthrough, and I think that about covers everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. As always, remember to bring a towel and have a good one. I'll see you guys at the live stream. Bye, have a good one.